Hey. Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist by Mouth Daily. Pill number 1045. Oh my goodness. You might be wondering what the show is about. People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day. Hey Amanda, and Renee, and Mitch. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. Hey Amy Plaka, gets me higher than Plaka. And Joe McNamee, hello. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now. And it's 1969. Free love. Woo! So... 1969. I love you too. Chris Hood, this is progress. So you're not painting? So Joe says still painting, but this time with undies on. Oh my, LOL. Just kidding. So you're not painting? Or you don't have underwear on. I love you too. So, what else? I'm supposed to start. I got a call today, and I'm going to be on the waiting list for residential, and they could have me start as early as today, Friday. But I asked to wait till Monday at the earliest. And I don't know how long I'll be gone. I don't know how long insurance will pay for. It's residential. It could be, some people go for 6 months. I couldn't do 6 months, but it's conceivable that I'll be gone a month, and I don't know if I'll have access to my phone. So we could be on a 1 month hiatus from the show. I still don't know. I don't even know if they'll let me have soda. I'm really nervous. I can't tell you how nervous I am. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine going to the psych hospital for a month? Hi, Rose. Can you imagine that? I'm imagining it, and it's not good. It might be a good thing, but it sounds really hard. Nice to see you too, Rose. Hello. I don't know. Why am I doing this? Because I have mental health problems. I don't know, I can't handle life. That's why. I hide in this fantasy land that I've created. And you guys are my enablers. Hey, Seth McBride. If I go into the psych hospital, I don't know if they'll let me have my camera or my phone. I don't know what an inpatient unit there, you can't have your phone. And I don't know what the residential treatment is like. because I don't know, so I don't kill myself, I guess. That might be why. That's one of the reasons why. But the therapist asked what my goals are and it's to improve mood, decrease suicidal ideation, improve socialization, and I'm doing residential because leaving the partial hospitalization, the 6 hours of group therapy a day, I'm just gonna slip right back into the I'm not on medication, I am on medication. It's hard not to internalize like some of the things that my wife says both about me and about the show. Because I feel like I think she sees it just as like this self-indulgent thing, and it might be cute that I don't know, I'm paraphrasing her, but like that it helps me, but I don't think she sees like the value that some of you see in the show. Moist cream. Yeah. Like multiple wives, like MILFs on parade. No, I don't know. Moist, creamy MILFs on parade. Creamy because they're like milk, like that's which sort of like milk. Never mind. Thank you for the moist vibes, though. Sounds like I don't know what it sounds like. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. I think, as my professional opinion as a nurse, I worked in psychiatry. I was board certified in psychiatry. I feel like mental illness is universal. Like we all, I define it really loosely. I just define it as an inability to cope, and that might be because of organic brain issues or abandonment or grief or trauma or myriad of psychosocial things, homelessness, and we all, unless we're really lucky and we die young, we all like reach a set of circumstances that we just can't cope with alone. Yeah, thank you, Chris Hood, for empathizing with the situation. Yeah, I think that's what my therapist said. Like she was the one who first recommended me going inpatient and thought residential treatment was good. I think just to give me some time to evaluate things, alone and work on some trauma too. That was the other thing. Just work on trauma issues. I don't think I don't think I'll commit suicide. You know, I always wonder, like, you know, I think about suicide a lot, like, on a daily basis. But it's chronic for me. Like, I've thought about it for a long time. And, you know, part of me thinks that I'd never be able to do it, right? But, you know, like, but then, you know, like, you just want to not be in pain, right? And whatever. And I was, you know, because I worked on the psych unit for 13 years, and, you know, you'd see a lot of patients that were, you know, like, they come back more than once. No, most patients, like, the majority of patients only come in once, and you don't see them again. But there was, it's people that would keep coming back, and they'd be suicidal every time. And it was rare, you know, like, suicide's just rare in general. But you never knew, you know, like, every once in a while one person would commit suicide. And I just always would wonder, or I've always wondered, like, those people that had thought about it and expressed suicidal ideation for a long time, did they always know that, you know, like, that they could do it, or were they like me and think it was too hard, and they're just like the snap impulse? I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting help, you know, like, it's not my first time getting psychiatric treatment, but, I don't know. Doing nothing wasn't any good, so here I am, I'm trying to do something. That's when it started. That's when my chronic suicidal ideation started, Natasha. I would just, for years after my mom died, I would just, like, have this mantra in my head: I wish I was dead. 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 And it just wouldn't stop. And it didn't stop until my son was born. And then it was just finally this relief. I love you too, Chucky. Hey, Gene Geyer. Yeah, you hear Sophalope here. Sophie snoring. I just showered, yeah, and I'm clean as a whistle. I'm clean as a whistle earlier tonight. She's a troublemaker, but she's pretty cute. You're not ugly, Joe. You're not ugly at all. But I'm sorry you're lonely. That's a painful feeling to have. And Chris Hood, yeah, you're right. It's like, that's one of the reasons, you know, I don't talk about suicide a lot here because I don't think it's productive to talk about it all the time. You know, even though I think about it every day, just focusing on other things, like, in my, like, rather than, like, because that's triggering to other people too, but I think it's important also, like Chris says, it's important not to push it down, like where you can't think about it, or where it's bad to talk about, because then we're alone in it then, like, 'cause, I don't know, suicide is so, like, it's so stigmatized. People say it's the coward's way out, and it's not an act of cowardice. It's an act of desperation. And I think people, a lot of times people with suicide, they convince themselves that like that it's the best decision for everyone else too. You know, like I don't know. Like sometimes people don't appreciate like how intense the repercussions are. Yeah, I'm sorry about your loss too, Joe. It's hard to lose your parents. Hey, April Corso. Thank you for your support. Hey, Nick Allen. I meant, I guess I meant Saturday at 1 a.m. I'm sorry, Nick Allen. Although you already got to see the couch auction. Come back and I'll do it again for you tomorrow night. It might be the last weekend for a while. Might be like Sunday at 1 a.m. might be the last show for a month. Who knows? But yeah, I think it's a safe. I want this to be a safe place where people can talk about suicidal feelings with, you know, because yeah, I think a lot of people feel it sometimes. You know, I don't know. I can't believe the majority. I can't believe that the majority of people don't at least think about it sometimes. Like, maybe I have a warped sense of, you know, from working on the psych unit for so many years, I have a warped sense of what's common, I guess. I don't really use the word normal. But,
Bill 1045.
My live show comes first. What am I? No, I get it. You mean your life comes first? You could interpret that as no, the show is more important than you getting better, Jason. Don't leave. I know that's not what you meant. You have to do it as bed for me. That could be interpreted a couple of different ways too. No, thank you guys for for the words of support and understanding that my mental health is important. I appreciate that. Tasha, that scares the crap out of me. Like, that's what my anxiety is like. If I can't think of anything else to be anxious about, and then that's what I think about is like the moment of death. And I always feel like it's gonna be. I've heard this before, and this resonates with me. Like, do you remember what it was like before you were born? I think the experience will be very similar. It won't be too bad. 4.5 billion years went by. It was like a blink of an eye. You don't think all of my followers will unfollow the page and abandon me if I go away for a month? No, I don't think that'll happen. Yeah, there's a residential psychiatric treatment, so I could live in a psych hospital for a month. I know you won't, Jacqueline. You're all too kind. I don't think anyone would do that, would they? Maybe somebody might.
Bill 1045.
Well, my thoughts about reincarnation is that we're all just one person. The human, like, there's only one story, and it's the human story. And it's just so multifaceted that we're just And I think the potential the potential of who I am is it within, I think every other infant when they're born. I don't know. Like maybe in an abstract sense, Jacqueline, there might be a very abstract way. Ben McIntyre, hello.
Bill 1045.
Big Mac. Used to be a millionaire. Amy Baca, that's cool. Was it fun? Yeah, I don't know if I don't really believe in past life stories. I don't think. I only believe it in like a more metaphorical sense. It sucks that that you're not anymore. I'm sorry you fell on hard times.
Bill 1045.
Thank you, Chris Hood. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Bill 1045.
Is that April Corso you're talking to, Miss Chala? No, it's okay, man. I hope you're doing well. You can believe whatever you like. Natasha, I don't know, I think I like concrete evidence, I think there's a lot of interesting anecdotes that people have, but I don't trust anecdotes. I think people I think most of the things that people experience, or probably all the things that people experience, can be explained by more mundane answers. I'm hanging in there, Big Mac. I've been doing a lot of psych treatment. I was inpatient about a month ago. I was there for 7 nights, 8 days, and then after that, I was out of the hospital for about a week and a half, and then I started a partial hospitalization, which is group therapy, 6 hours a day for 18 days. And now I just finished that yesterday, and now I might be going to inpatient, or not inpatient, residential, where I go live someplace.
Bill 1045.
And I think some people genuinely believe the things that, people are suggestive, right? Or, suggestible. And there's people that make money by manipulating people into thinking they're having, that they're experiencing psychic phenomenon, because people are just good at drawing out the information from people. And then, I think there's just some really irresponsible people out there that prey on people. And yeah, happy birthday, Nischala. Did I say that yet? Happy belated birthday. It was Nischala's birthday yesterday. It was so nice to hear your voice in this child. She went live on her birthday, and it's cool to see you having a glass of wine, talking to Cher and Will Ferrell. Yay. We're almost the same age, and you're beautiful, Miss Chada. And so poised. Dang it. Oh. Well. Well, you don't have to feel honored. I felt honored to be able to view it. You want me to share it to Dang Nation? You can do that. Facebook wants me to create a Facebook group for supporters of the show. I don't know, but we have Dang Nation already, but maybe I was thinking about it. Maybe that could be a benefit that supporters get. Let's see. Oh, Jacqueline. Thank you. Jacqueline says, Jason, I don't think you realize how much your existence matters to a lot of us. That's really sweet. Miss Charles says, you're so beautiful, Jason. I wouldn't have been brave enough had I not been watching you these last few months. Oh. I think the watch party thing is annoying because then it segregates the comments, so you can't see what everyone else is saying, and other people can't see what you're saying. Good morning, Jeff Rosen. Thank you for your support. Oh, I don't know if Miss Kelly would want me to share her live. James McCready. Oh, you silver-tongued devil. You're so handsome yourself there. Oh, thank you, Jeff Rosen. I'll hurry back as soon as I can. And who knows, maybe I can go live. Maybe I'm assuming wrong. But I don't think I am assuming wrong. Big Mac says, your family now, Jason. You're a brother and I'll always be here for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I showered. It's amazing what a shower will do.
Pill 1045.
Well, I tried a couple times sharing the watch party to my personal timeline, but then the people that were watching on it expressed frustration that they couldn't see the other comments, and I could see a function for it if, like, you and your friends don't want to see the other comments. Like, if you want to comment on your own. I don't mean to smack talk your friends at watching the watch parties, Rose.
Kill 1045.
I've only tried them a couple times actually.
Kill 1045.
Must be, it's 1:30 in the morning. That's good. I'm glad you don't take offense, Rose. I love you. Oh, I love you all. I don't know, like, knowing that I have this to come back to, like, I don't know, it's comforting. This show is like a warm fuzzy blanket for me. I don't know.
Kill 1045.
It's just like, you all have like positive affirmations for me on tap. I can always come here and get a kind words of support. It's 7:30 a.m. in Scotland. Hey, Evan, Carrie, Janice, Will Ferrell. Hey, I saw you on you were on Nishtala's live. Oh, I'm glad it feels that way, Evan. Nerdy teddy bear. That was fun. I wish I would have seen it live.
Kill 1045.
Oh, I'm not. I hope it doesn't come across that I was jealous. I think it's cool to see the network of our of our friendships like interweaving, and I don't know. It makes makes our community stronger to have that interconnectedness. Yeah, I'll try to sneak in some lives. If I get a visitor or something, I'll be like, "Can I log in on your phone real quick?" Oh, Rose. Oh, let's cuddle. I'm overthinking it. Okay, good.
Kill 1045.
I'd love to see you live, Nishala. Although I get nervous watching other people's lives. It really is. It's hard to be on the other end. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Rose. That was one of the issues that my wife and I have. She always wants me to cut my hair. Okay, I had to just vent about this one person in group today. Like, I don't know. I was like, she just was inappropriate. You know, I was like talking about HIV and U equals U, and it was, you know, because she was asking questions about it, and so I was explaining to her about how my wife and I didn't have to use condoms because of, I was explaining to her about undetected, and she's like, oh, I'd be afraid if I was her. And I was like, that really irked me. I was like, I don't know. And then she asked how I contracted it. She got she asked halfway, got it halfway out, and then she caught herself. And I just like, I don't mind people asking. I really don't. But it depends on the circumstances, and I don't know. It just and if they want to know, like, for their own purposes, like if they want to, like, if they're engaging in like risky behavior and they want to know like how, like, if what they're doing could put them at risk, or like, but if it's just like for salacious gossip, or to judge someone else,
Pill 1045.
I'm glad they were there for you, Nishala. You may ask me. You can always ask me a question, and I don't want it to seem like I'm offended by questions. It's just like there's a time and a place, I guess. And here I make myself open to questions by going a lot, and I don't know, just like shortly after you meet someone, in a personal one-to-one day, I don't know, just like shouldn't be your go-to question. And then on my last checkout today, like, go around the room and say nice things about it, and then like she came up and apologized afterwards, which might even be worse, because like I wasn't sure how to take, but she's like, I don't like when she was looking at me, they go around the room and do this string ceremony where they tie a knot and well wishes, and the thing she said to me is like, well, you can't, with Jason, I think what I learned from him is you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and basically she was saying, like, I looked like basically what my wife thinks, like I looked some crazy hippie, and she was like basically surprised to learn that there was like a decent human being underneath there. When did you first know that I liked both male and female? I was like 11 or 12. I guess I didn't know that I liked guys. Like, I knew that I didn't feel the way that some of the other guys, like in my grade school, felt. Like, they'd be like, oh, it's gross, gay guys, that's gross, like anal sex, that's gross. And I'd be like, I don't know, it doesn't sound that bad to me. And so I was like, knew more like that, like I wasn't averse to the idea. And I like wondered, I think I always knew that I was attracted to men, but it was like something I really put off. For one, I was afraid of catching HIV. For two, I was afraid of like how my family would react. Like, for three, I don't know, like I was worried about how the rest of society would act. But I was about 22, and I was just friends with Laura, my wife. I was just friends with her then, and there's this guy that moved into my dorm, and not my dorm, into my apartment building, and I knew him from when my friend was in college. He was his dorm roommate, and like he'd come out since the last time I'd seen him, and I was attracted to him, and so I came out to Laura, my then friend. I told her that I liked guys, and I was gonna come out to the rest of my family, but he rejected me, and it wasn't long after I was dating another woman, and Laura saw that I was dating a woman, and she realized that I wasn't all the way gay, and so she confessed feelings for me, and that's like, we've been a couple ever since. Oh, I'm not jealous at all in this show. Like I said, I thought it was really neat. I just didn't want. Will Ferrell said, he's like, now I'm here. As I said, I saw you at Nischala's, and he said, now I'm here with you. And then I didn't know if he thought that I was like, what are you doing watching her? Yeah, I think if there wasn't the social stigma, I think there would be a lot more people that would try having sex with someone of the same sex, just out of curiosity. But even though that Laura knows that knew that I was bisexual before we were even a couple, you know, she still has insecurities about it, which was really hurtful to me, because like, there was a time when we weren't having sex in our relationship, and I know I wasn't. Let's say it wasn't my choice, right? I think it wasn't because I wasn't interested, and I usually masturbate to gay porn, and she was giving me a really hard time about that. Like, I'm like, I don't know. It was just really hurtful that, you know, like, she knew who I was, and then that all of a sudden is a problem. Yeah, there's like, you know, like, you hear all the negative things people say about gay people. Like, I noticed that my whole life, you know, like up until 35, like just Laura, and then I had one night stand with a guy. It was right after that the other guy had rejected me. Like 2 days later, I was at a bar with some friends. It was a gay bar, I think, but I was there with like two of my straight friends from work. They took me there. I wasn't like scoping out the gay bars. And then one of my other coworkers was gay, and he happened to be there, and we exchanged phone numbers. And on my way home, I called him up, like, because I needed my gay fix. I had been all set up to and being rejected like that. And anyway, so he knew that I was, but other than that, like, not a lot of people knew. I forget what I was saying.
Till 10:45.
No, thanks for sharing that, though, Big Mac. No, I think what I was saying is that, no one knew that I had like any homosexual feelings at all or bisexual feelings until I was 35, and so like straight people would talk to me the way other straight people do, and you know, like, just real ignorant, you know, even people that are, you know, like coworkers and stuff that have biases that they let slip out because, you know, about another patient or something like that, because they think that they can with me because I'm part of the club. No, Melinda, she literally said, you know, like the ponytail and the beard, and, you know, you have certain thoughts about people, and you shouldn't. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, you shouldn't. And she does. She reflects what my wife is worried about that other people see in me. but I'm not. I don't care though. I'm not gonna like change my appearance to like Laura says like if you want to get more viewers, you know, if you got a haircut, you'd look cuter and more people would want to watch. And, like I don't care. I'm not gonna sell out like and look like a. And I don't even think it's true. For one thing, I think a lot of the people that watch the show like the way I look. Like they like the beard, they like the hair. Anyway, thanks, Big Mac. Anyway.
Till 10:45.
So there's that. I don't know what else to say. Anybody have any thoughts? Any comments? Any questions? Rose wants a hippie man someday. Right? I think hippie men are sexy. So says, oh my god, no, your appearance is what made me actually stop for a moment. You were shared in a large group of random stuff. I saw your face and eyes and sincere expression. I got curious. Never look at random lives, but I stopped when I saw. And that was probably on my other set too. I miss being on my other set because that like draws people in. Oh, thank you, Rose. I'm worried that when I go on residential treatment that Laura's going to take down my set. I'm going to have to get her to pinky swear that she won't do it. I bought a new pair of pink wings, but they're not quite. Thank you, Amy Baca. She also thinks that the show is really gaudy, like all the stuff. She thinks it looks too cluttered, and I don't know. Other people have called my set iconic. I prefer that outlook. She goes to see a psychiatrist. She hasn't done much therapy. I'm gonna try that, Melinda, and then I'm gonna have the boys as a backup. Be like, if you see Mama taking this table down, stop her. The boys will be my security. I'm really, that does scare me. She wants to get rid of this table really badly. She wants to get, and everything on it. And that's like the center of the show. Oh, we got in a big fight over it in our family meeting. She told the therapist that, the therapist was like afterwards, she's like, saying that like Laura's really, it's really unfair for her to say that, but she told her I was a narcissist and really selfish and just like name calling and whatever. I don't know. She said that's what she was gonna do before she came. I got really mad then. I was like almost stormed out. But she's not gonna come on live to be recorded. I don't think that matters anyway. I have to trust her word. Yeah, I'm hoping that she can get some treatment when I'm done getting treatment. If I get disability and have some income to supplement hers, then she could probably take some FMLA and go into the hospital herself. No, I mean, I could move the show and it would be like this, right? You know, I could, but to recreate the set that I have here in the kitchen it's up there in that corner right here is where I usually film from. That's the iPad that I film from, and it overlooks the fireplace here and this phonograph, and this table is all in the shot, this wall is in the shot, that wall is in the shot, this back here, this TV is in the shot, and to recreate that, like down in the basement or something, it would cost a lot of money and technical skill that I don't have. Yeah, I'm afraid even asking. I don't want to give her the idea. I mean, she puts in a lot of effort. A lot of things do fall on her. For a long time, for the first I made a really good income. We made equal income for every year of our marriage, pretty much, until I careened off into I don't know. I just spiraled out of control a few years ago and stopped working and wasn't able to work, and so the bills and just the mundane tasks of keeping a roof over our head. Don't get me wrong, she's not very good at it. For instance, we just had our power turned off, and we spend way more. Our budget is all fucked, and so I have to give her credit though for just keeping our head above water. It's not that easy, Jeff. Not that easy. I have reasons to be happy, but I have reasons to be unhappy too. I like to focus on those. Hey, Raylene. I love you. I don't believe in cheating. We never officially closed our relationship, so I don't even think I'd call it cheating. But no, I don't think she has another relationship going on. It's not impossible, but I don't think so. I don't like the word cheating. I think it implies relationships are a game, and there's winners and losers. And I think when somebody has another partner outside of the relationship, I think it's complicated usually. Yeah, that's exactly what she wants, Amy. But like that, like I can't go be it back and be that person. I'm not that person anymore. She wants the old Jays. I know. Like I showed I think I showed a picture the other night of, she's always sending me like showing me pictures. Not always, but she shows me pictures of how we used to look, and like, says she wishes I looked like that again. Yeah, the lying is like the really bad part. One of the I don't know. One of the But telling the truth is really difficult too. Like sometimes, like I don't think people mean to like. It depends. Some people, it seems like it's in their nature because they keep doing it over and over again. Like they don't stay with one partner. But other times, like people drift apart, and even though they still might care about the other person, they want to feel wanted by someone and feel attractive, and it's really enticing to like, when you're not getting that from your partner, to seek that somewhere else. And life is really lonely, and I don't know. I try not to judge people. Oh, I was misunderstanding. You're thinking that you're like the person you're in a relationship might be having an affair. All right, Jeff. We'll see you soon. Yeah, the kids definitely they keep me alive.
Bill 1045.
I already showed you. Some of you might have seen this picture the other day, but I'll show you again. I'm just not this like naive little boy anymore. Like I'm broken. My appearance should reflect that, I think. Sometimes honesty, like, I agree it's the best policy, but some, I'm not talking about your relationship at all, Melinda, like, and I don't know, sometimes the truth is really difficult. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not defending people's behavior, like especially the lying and deceiving, and people are responsible for the pain they cause others. And just like, I don't know, I just also think it's a human thing where, I don't know, and I try not to judge anybody for anything. Like when people intentionally hurt another person, I don't know if it's a judge, but like I think I think it's important. I think at that point it's important to set boundaries with that person. I don't know what I'm rambling. I'm just rambling. Hey, Kobe. The questions about the show were before I was getting treatment. I don't know. I think we just have so much built up resentment towards one another, and just like this long history of hurting one another. Oh, nothing. Well, I might be going into the hospital, residential psychiatric treatment, so I might be going away for a month. And I don't know if I'll have my show or my phone, so I might not be able to do the show. Oh. Well, you are irreplaceable, Melinda. Like, how old was I in this picture? Let's see. I think I was 28. I don't know. Well, it didn't sound like Melinda knew for sure. I don't know your suspicions, though. It sucks to even have those suspicions. I love you too, Teresita. Hey, Matthew Havens. Sophie's farting. I heard her. And yeah, we like the other thing we were just like right at the moment, Kobe, we were talking about relationship struggles. I'm sorry. Yeah, like if somebody feels like the need to keep something secret, that's hurtful in and of itself. I just have to watch reruns, Amy Baca. Just watch lots of reruns. Jason is a social scientist. I wonder if I'll be able to have my phone. As are you, Teresita. You're beautiful and deserving of love as well. Laura and I had a good night tonight, though. I got a blowjob, so count that as a win. I'm sure I'm allowed mail. We love you too, Melinda. Thank you, Jeff. Hopefully I'll be able to sneak on for a little bit. When once I get admitted, I'll post the address, Kobe. I dare say it. I think I could be happy in a polyamorous relationship. I don't think Laura was very happy in it, though. And now our relationship is functionally monogamous again. Like it kind of just fell back into that. I stopped wanting to pursue other partners, and like we had threesomes and stuff. Like she participated, but she never did anything on her own. Yeah. See, that's normal, Teresita. I think most people feel that way. I'd like to imagine that at least. I love you lots, Kobe, too. Thank you. Hey, Joel. Oh, that'd be awesome, Jeff. Hey, Christy Summers. Who's being selfish now? Thank you. I think the most important, Melinda, is just don't blame yourself. Like, yeah, it's not. I think it's another person's behavior is never your fault. Hey, Joe, I'm glad you spoke up to say hi, though. People are always welcome to quietly listen, though. Halloween is coming. That's my wedding anniversary. Halloween. I was married in October 31st, 2007, in Negril, Jamaica. Secret pepperoni steak. Dang it to heck. I'm just picturing you eating a pepperoni steak now. You're the evil enemy here? I doubt it, Christy. I don't consider you an enemy. I don't have any enemies. You think you could do a poly relationship, Inshallah? I'm not sure if you could do just a couple period, though. I got it. I want some ice cream. Oh, I'm sorry, people are giving you a hard time. Yeah, people can be stressful for sure. Thinking of a pepperoni stick on your lips, Melinda. I don't know how that makes me feel. Makes me feel tingly too. All right. I hope Southern Hemisphere is treating you well. It must be spring. Melinda had vanilla ice cream with blueberries, coconut. Okay, I'll do that, Kobe, once I know what it is. So you make goat's milk yogurt? Woo. I don't know about that. Polo. Now Jeff has to smoke. My favorite goat milk is drinkable yogurt. Drinkable yogurt is the honey vanilla. Eesh. Eesh. All right, should we go get some ice cream? That's brave of you to come out that young, Jessica. I hope your family took it well. Yeah, that was another thing. Like, like my extended family and, and other people in my family, people would toss the faggot word around, and it just made it seem, it just seemed like not an option for me. Now for the best part. That look yummy. I cut these up the other day. Cut the strawberries up into like pretty good slices, and then poured sugar, lots of sugar over the top of it. No, I don't like whipped cream. Many biblical years ago. I don't know if I know you in the biblical sense. Not that I wouldn't like to. I'm like, I like to get to know people. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad, Jessica. That's good to hear. Here, I'll be right back. Oh, I'm glad you had such a great day, Nischala. Oh, free meal at the restaurant? That's super cool. All right, let's eat that ice cream. Who wants a bite? Open up. Open up. Oh yeah, it's good. Oh, we love you, Nischala. Hey, Baka, you crawling through the phone to get my ice cream? Open up, open up. Oh, the strawberries are so good. Matthew's right. Strawberries plus sugar do equal magic. Especially on ice cream too. The mixture is just amazing. I like this other ice cream we bought. I like the Dean's ice cream we bought the last time. This is okay. All right, Jessica, open up. It's fun feeding you all. All right, open up. Here comes the airplane. Ooh. Oh, shortcake, eh? I never liked strawberry shortcake so much. My mom was always a big fan of it. That's someone's yummy rose. Laura brought home from work some lemon cheesecake ice cream a while back. That was really good. She said sometimes they have blueberry cheesecake, and it's really good. Like, I don't know, I forget what kind of ice cream it is, but I don't know. It's like locally made ice cream. Melinda's very vocal when she finds something pleasurable. Some people can be quiet when they're having fun. Other people not so much. Yeah, you're probably right, but not store-bought would be better. Sad, here's my ice cream like I promised. Did you bring yours? I don't suppose you can make shortcake with pancake batter or mix, can you? Me too, Nishchala. I assume the innuendo is about sex, right? Too, like, so this one time I've told this story about how one of the times I met up with this guy in Grindr. As soon as I got there, he put a nylon hood on me and a leash or a tie around my neck or something like that, I think. And I don't know, he fucked me so good. I made a lot of noise. He had to tell me to be quiet, and like as soon as we were done, his brother was out in the other room. It was awkward. Cookies and milk, well, that works too. You can have a bite of my ice cream, Seth. You can, eh? Oh, it's really good. Those logs? What's that now? I don't know, I'm confused. I love ice cream. Oh, the doggy. She's sawing logs. I gotcha. Now she's twitching. I've had some pretty good cuddling episodes of Sophie. Everybody loves Sophie. Oh, she's a terrible dog. I don't know. Loud snoring can keep me awake sometimes. They love you, Sophie. Hey, Mary Lee. She looks like a cow with her spots. With Jason Handy. I used to have a book called Fuzzy Memories by Jack Handy. Really like the one, if anybody's read it, I like the one about this boy and his hammer. And his father giving him a golden hammer. And then jumping out of a window and that's why he always remembers not to use drugs. Hey, Audrey Cohen. I love you. I know you don't like it, but thank you for your support. And then what? What are these spots? I don't know. I think it means she's a dairy cow. It's part dairy cow. She's a heifer. All right. Ice cream. I have to go back and look. It would look delicious. You got to see me scoop it all up. And Bruce Edward Lusty, I hope you're hanging in there, man. Seven sisters. Oh, that's awesome. I hope they're good support for you. And your mom. Wow. That's a whole lot of women in your life. I hope they all treat you really wonderfully. Laura drank so much skim milk. You wouldn't even believe it. 32 years. That's congratulations, Amy Baca. Hi, James. Welcome, welcome. There's no such thing as best people. There's just people. One daughter, two granddaughters. That's super cool. I washed my hair tonight. I don't know if you can tell. Look at that. The light. Boop, boop. Can you see that? Boop, 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 boop. I can't. It hasn't reached it on the screen yet. I think you can see it. It is done from love. You know, like I don't think I have to do it. I like to do it. You know, like it does mean a lot to me that that people, like that people take the time to support, or not just the time, but people actually put some financial support to the show. I think that's really, I don't know. It's still boggles my mind that somebody would like subscribe like this is Netflix or something. I'm glad. I bet you look beautiful, Mary Lee. You do the coconut oil too? Right. Did you say, were you the one that said you didn't think it soaked in? That's so cool. Did you heat it with a hairdryer first? Not that Jeff says not house stoned yet. It's really nice to see you, Bruce, too, if you're still here. Did you do this? But you could fry an egg on those thighs. I love coconut oil. After my shower, I lay down for a little bit and could feel my legs next, like pressing against each other and like slipping past each other like pigs in a blanket. TJN. That'll always be free network, though. Content will always be free. But maybe, well, at least the pill will always be free. Maybe someday, I might sign a contract with somebody and get a show. Who knows? Can you imagine if I had my own show? I don't know what that would be like. It'd be fun to do like forced perspective kind of but have a crew to help me build it. Whoa. Woe is me. Oh, I don't care if my thighs touch. I try to love all the parts of myself. Even my belly. Dang it to heck. You my stretch marks. You see those? Oh my goodness. I have to choose to love them. I don't instinctually love them. Just like I'm not instinctually comfortable on camera, but I have to pretend I really do enjoy it, but I have to tell myself that this is what I like to do. I don't want to gain any more weight because I don't want to destroy my liver. Every time I gain weight, my liver enzymes go up. I have non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. NASH. It's not viral hepatitis, it's just hepatitis literally means swelling, inflammation of the liver, or inflammation of the liver basically, and scarring. Or I have scarring and inflammation in my liver when I had a biopsy done. And it seems like the liver enzymes at least are a function of my weight. Must have been low resolution, because they're there. And that belly's pretty big. It's getting pretty big. Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. Oh, my goodness. I should be taking milkweed. People say milkweed helps with the liver. Or milk thistle. Milk thistle, that's what it was. Do you ever notice I seem to talk about one side of my mouth? Feels like this side of my mouth, I don't know, always rises up higher. I don't have to try to equal it out. Let's see. This child says, I got a lot of zebra stripes. I kind of like them. Various, yeah. I don't know. I think most people do. And it says on the bottle, that, and then also, and I remember reading Up to Date or something, that people use it as a, I had my gallbladder out too. I read the notes years later. My surgeon nicked my liver and caused bleeding. Audra takes milk thistle. Rose brought green-lipped mussel soft gels for pain and inflammation. I think there's a lot of evidence for the milk thistle. Gallstones are the most painful thing. One of the most painful things I've ever been through. Breaking my back was really painful too. I'd say they're equal. Let's see. Hopefully only your own too, Matthew. I didn't take milk thistle before my gallstones. I don't know what. I think just a fatty diet caused my gallstones. I was young, I don't know. I think it's sort of offensive, but they say the risk factors for is it it's 3 or 4 F's for the risk factors, fat, female, over 40, and I didn't fit, I was I was wasn't thin, but I only weighed 180 pounds, I wasn't super heavy, maybe approaching 190, and I was only 22 or something, and I was male. I didn't fit any of the criteria or the risk factors for gallstones. I don't know, but I think those are just risk factors. Anyone can get them. Yeah, you can still have a really fatty diet and not eat meat, right? A lot of cheese. I was a vegetarian in high school, and I ate no vegetables. I was a vegetarian that ate no vegetables. Yeah, I think it was by my fatty diet. It's a crime to operate or to perform medical. I have a medical practice without, being. I don't know, whatever you have to do to be an MD. You're not fat, Audra. Yeah, and not everyone gets gallstones either. I think those are just risk factors. Like fat has like such a stigmatized like word. Like I don't know. I think it's like a word that people can take back. Maybe like not everybody feels comfortable taking back words though. But like I like taking taking back the word faggot, and being comfortable using it. But other people might not think that's appropriate. But like people that use words to insult. Hey, Angel J. Morgan. There you go. Thank you for your support, Angel. Were you talking about whose hair? My hair? Or about my hair? My luscious locks? No. I probably should get the split ends taken care of. Sometimes I worry about, like, does long hair make my hair thin out more? Will it make my hair get thinner? I worry about that a little bit too. Fat makes us human. Thanks, Angel. What do you guys think? Like, is it gonna having long hair is not gonna make me go bald, right? It doesn't do that, does it? I know. It's like I look like Jesus. I hope. My wife says that I told her that I wanted to look like Matthew Silver, and I can't believe I never said that. I mean, I might have said I do look like Matthew Silver a little bit. But I'm not trying to look like Matthew Silver. Dang it to heck. I'm trying to look like Jesus. Oh, I'm trying to look like me. Is Ken your man? I don't think I knew you had a man. Unmet. Oh, Ken. I thought Ken was your man. You don't mind my fat? I'm pretty chubby. I'm getting man boobs a little bit too. Jeff, you don't think my long hair will make me go bald? know. I don't want to trim it. I just want to let it grow. I don't know what my BMI is. I know a doctor put on my chart once, and I was like 23 or 24, and he put obese on my chart. I was like, what? I didn't feel obese. I think I'm 5'7", and I was probably, I think I've been around 200 pounds before, but I think I was probably 190 at the time. What is healthy meat? Knows. I know. I'm almost like I'm 5'7", about 185 or something like that. Yeah, that never made sense to me. That like something like trimming the ends would make the root grow faster. And I think maybe like some of the hairs break because it gets twisted or something, and it gets more likely knotted. But I like. I guess I like looking a little bit crazy. You're like, I like to say, that's what I said in the family meeting, because we were talking. Laura's always trying to get me to cut my hair, shave my beard. She like, I don't know, she doesn't like hippies, I don't think. And as I said, like, you know, like, I said to the therapist, well, you know, I'm like, that's what she wants. You know, she wants me to look like I did 15 years ago, and I'm like, I want, you know, like my outside to reflect my inside. I mean, like this unkempt, like kind of crazed look, like, 'cause that's how I feel on the inside. Maybe I could do some hot oil treatment. Is Jason Momoa Aquaman? Or no, he's the dude. Is he? I don't know. I want her to have a big beard. I don't know if that's necessarily true. No, I tell her she looks good just the way she is. And she cuts on her appearance and stuff, and I say, you're beautiful just the way you are. I've never been with a real muscle-bound man. I'm trying to think of the most macho guy I was ever with. I think it was this Brazilian dude. Sophie's snoring again. The therapist didn't say anything about my hair. My wife is the one. The therapist didn't say anything bad about my hair. I was just telling my therapist because I was telling my therapist that Laura wanted my hair to look. Miss Chala, we do need somebody to dog sit while I'm in the hospital. Can you be here every weekend for the next 4 or 5 weekends? Oh, I have this mosquito bite on my ankle. No, I think we're just gonna board her. Yeah. I don't know. Like maybe there's this. You can have my spot in the bed while I'm gone. Ask Laura if she minds. You're beautiful. I can't imagine her minding. Audra, maybe you and Miss Chala can tag team. Sophie takes a lot of work. I might need you guys' help when I get out too. You know, just take her on long walks and things. Oh, I don't know. So I don't want to put your friend out. We'll just board her. No, I agree, and my hair does look frizzy. Hey, Laura.
Hey, I have to get to bed really bad.
We were just talking about whether or not cutting your hair makes your hair grow faster or not. And it doesn't make it grow faster, it just, prevents, it makes it look healthier.
Definitely.
I have this mosquito bite. Do you have do you know where that mosquito bite thing is at?
What?
Do you know where that mosquito bite thing is at?
No, but I have a mosquito bite. I haven't seen it.
I'd seen it in the bedroom in one of those drawers, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was there too, but I haven't taken it anywhere. The last time I've seen it is when you were using it. Do you know where Jack's iPad is?
I put that in the charger. I couldn't find Alex's though.
I think I was looking.
Do you want me to get it? I'll get it for you.
Yeah, could you? Hey, Soph. Come on, Soph. You want to sleep over here? Sophie, come on. Oh, I guess she's fine there.
Here she comes. Say goodbye, Sophie.
I didn't want to bother her.
Don't worry, Mary Lee. I didn't go too far. But I think the show's almost over. Shoot, where did I put the pills now? It finally seems like Trump got himself in some real trouble. Can't say that I'm disappointed about that. Damn. It's cool. Like, what really made me think he's getting in trouble, like one of the Republican House members on the Intelligence Committee said to the president, "This is not okay. This conversation is not okay." And that, like, you don't hear Republicans breaking from the president at all. And it seems like a crack in the dam. How cool would it be to see him get removed? I think they should have more than one article of impeachment, though. I don't know. It's not hard to predict there, Matthew. I don't know. And then, like, two Republican governors, too. I mean, not the governors have any say in the matter, but they're still Republicans breaking with the president. You know, like, you don't see, like, any Republican peel off is really remarkable. You're talking about me going away to the hospital? I might be going away. I was just saying, like, I don't know how it got brought up exactly, but I was just saying he might have actually got himself in some real trouble. You have a right to disagree, Mary Lee. But I for one, I really I can't support someone that's an outright racist and I don't know, in his like in it's not just his statements, but his policies, like the immigration policies, like migrant, like keeping migrant children, separating them from their families, like little kids, and like I don't know, it's like not taking care of them either, just like leaving them to wallow in their own filth in cages, like that are too that are so full that the kid, like, not all the kids can lay down at the same time, so they have to take turns sleeping. I don't know, it's and then denying but people from the Bahamas, like the permanent, like temporary residence status, making it virtually impossible for them to stay for any length of time because they can't get jobs or anything. I don't know. Just the cruelty and the idiocy. Anytime he's criticized, he always says the opposite. Like, I'm not racist. I'm the least racist person in history. Like, he says it legitimately. Like, I'm trying to think of all the examples. Like, oh, you're corrupt. I'm the least corrupt person ever. You're not very smart. I'm the most genius, like the biggest genius you'll ever see. I know, like, same thing he said about Mexicans, like, some very bad people. You know, like, Mexicans, he said rapists and gang members. And with the Bahamas, he just said, he didn't add the word rapists in. Yeah, I've seen Idiocracy. Well, they certainly filled them beyond capacity. Man, they... And they certainly have spent a lot of money building tent camps and for the overflow too. And I think they've even used military bases. I don't know, there's just so much morally repugnant about what he's doing, and like his reversal of all the like carbon, like fuel economy standards and all the environmental things that he's unwound. I don't know. There's like there's a lot. I don't know. I think pointing to what other people have done doesn't justify what's happening now. And their policies have created this crisis. Prisoners shouldn't be treated that way either, and if prisoners shouldn't be treated that way, innocent immigrant children shouldn't be. I don't know, the word immigrant isn't even, they're just children. Innocent children shouldn't be there. Well, I think it's like, it's important to me to talk about these topics. Like, this stuff is being done in my name, and I think this platform is a place for me to talk about what's important to me, and others too. Like, you're welcome to express your opinion here. I just, I'm not here to try to change your mind, but I just can't support somebody that is a racist and a person that's abusive sexually towards women and a rapist, a pretty credibly accused rapist. There's some really, really credible accounts from really credible women. Anyway, I'm glad that he might actually, I'm glad he really might have stepped in it. That was what started this. You know what? You don't understand what those kids are escaping. And those families are escaping. And to turn our backs on people that are suffering is, to me, insufferable. And to put the blame on the parents that are coming here, I find also morally repugnant. That always happens with immigrants. Like they always talk about how they're diseased and, like, well, right now, the conditions that we're putting people in literal concentration camps. That's what happens. Disease spreads through concentration camps, but there's nothing inherently infectious about immigrants. Thank you, Angel. I don't know. Well, if you'll bring up your daughter, my friend is an immigration attorney, and he deals with, and he's married to an immigrant. And I've been meaning to have him on as a special guest to talk about the immigration crisis. He could speak to some of the things that people are escaping, and it could be said that it's irresponsible to leave your children. I think it's the immigrants that have come here in the past, they didn't do so because they were comfy and decided, hey, it might be a nice vacation to go to the United States. My ancestors, I'm a quarter Irish. My grandma came over on a boat to, she's escaped the potato famine. People go when it's really desperate and they don't have any other choice. People don't just drop their lives and travel, walk thousands of miles because they're safe and comfortable at home. No, they're these people are in dire straits that most people in the United States could never really comprehend. No, next week, Monday, I'm going. And it's not their fault. It's not the parents' fault. It's not the kids' fault that that they're living in a crisis. And frankly, where the United States is, responsible in a lot of ways for the gun violence and the cartel violence that happens in South American countries and in Mexico, and all the things that they have to endure to finally get to our country, to then be locked up in a cage and separated from their moms and dads. And the kids, these young kids, they don't even know why they're separated. They think a lot of them think that their parents abandoned them, and they're scarred permanently. And they want to make it as difficult as possible, and basically outright ban asylum seekers, anybody from South American countries trying to escape gang violence. We want to ban that. They want to ban any kind of immigration. It's this, whatchamacallit, Steve something, in the president's administration. He's a white supremacist. No, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I think people just showed up, but I don't know. Anyway, illegal, immigration, an immigration infraction, it's not illegal to cross the country, to come to this country seeking asylum. And it's not illegal to even cross the border and then saying you seek asylum. I don't know, my friend Matt can speak to this, but even if you do make a violation of technical violation of law, it's it's a municipal citation, sort of, it's not it's even less than a misdemeanor. It's like a traffic citation. It's not a severe crime. It's and people shouldn't be, like every person that was pulled over because they were going too fast or had a taillight out, that'd be like separating them from their children for that. And it is a racist idea and and policy to criminalize it's really I don't know, I feel really passionate about it. So thank you all for listening to my impassioned speech, I guess. So I think I'm about ready for bed here. I don't know. I think it's important to be able to discuss things civilly. I'm always gonna, even if I don't respect someone's opinion, I'm always gonna respect them as a person, because there's some opinions that I simply can't respect. Like, I'll respect a person's right to articulate it, but like outright racist beliefs or dehumanizing beliefs, things like that. And I'll always have to speak against it, but I always try to be respectful when I'm doing so, even if it's really hard, if I'm really angry. Because sometimes, it's I wouldn't say I'm really angry right now. I just feel passionate, but sometimes people can be really like, I don't know, when people come on my timelines and like, I've got some pretty heavy Trump supporters in my timeline because I don't discriminate at all. Like, I have friends, I never block anybody, and I'll accept a friend request from pretty much anybody. But I think we have to live with one another, and we have to find some common ground, and we have to learn to disagree civilly. So, even when it's hard. I think, because it sets examples for others too. And there's ways to be assertive and like uncompromising in your beliefs without being abusive. I don't know, it's a delicate balance. I don't know, sometimes it's hard, it's hard for me to be assertive, but and I've already expressed how morally repugnant I think the administration is on so many levels. Not that they're the first ones. Like, I think George W. Bush paved the way for Trump, both in the executive power that they wielded after the September 11th bombings, like the laws that were passed after that in 2004, 2005, like the Patriot Act and all these national security acts, like the Homeland Security Act, like it allowed the president with his own order to bypass all these environmental laws, like cultural historic laws, like all these things that, like national parks, like things that protected all these organizations like EPA, everybody that would normally overview, like plans to build the wall and all that, like that. That all like the president can just unilaterally override that. But also like the fact that like we could, though he was such a like unrelenting idiot too. Like he just like completely, like when he got elected, I realized Americans would vote for anyone because he was just so stupid, and it was just clear he was an idiot. And yeah, I think he set at such a low bar, and Trump was able to walk right under it. I don't know. Is it getting out of control in here? I think. I don't know. We're not gonna all be happy with each other all the time, I guess. I don't know. Wow, that's really stirred up. Creative, lively discussion. I hope everybody leaves with this discussion okay. And I'm sorry, April. I refuse to smoke resin, even if I'm desperate. Like right now, I'm not smoking, but it just gives me a headache and makes me feel nothing. Okay, good, Rose. Alright, I love you. Alright, if I'd had people... No, you might be wondering what the show is about. People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the book of face each day, in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and to find support. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, or pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pill is Truvada. If you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. I love you, Nisjala. I don't know, hopefully we can all... I don't know. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Mary Lee, I love you too, even though we fundamentally disagree on a couple of things there. I make a choice to love every single person. It helps me love myself, because like this, I like to say this shows fear and loathing in Wisconsin, fear and self-loathing in Wisconsin, and I'm just filled with self-loathing, and in order to love myself, I start with everyone else first, because if everyone else deserves love, if Donald Trump deserves love, then I deserve love too. So, all right, pill number 1045. Hey, isn't he president, the 45th president? All right, 1045. Down the hatch. We are robot. And it's down. Goodbye, Angel. I love you. Jeanette, thank you for your support. Angel, if I didn't say it before. And I know I already said it to Jeff and Audra. All right, I love you all. Mwah. Dang it to heck.